Nice going, cousin.
Howdy gamers, Aonis here, playing what I want, when I want, so we can have some fun. This is Dynasty Warriors 8, and I love this game. Sometimes you just feel like killing thousands of enemies for really no reason whatsoever. And I just watched the Cowboys beat the Seahawks, so I'm in like a victory rage where I just need to kill a lot of people. So Dynasty Warriors is here. As a little kid, I remember playing the original Dynasty Warriors and thinking it was the coolest thing in the world. And this game really doesn't have any, like, wow, technological abilities. The graphics are kind of subpar. The controls are really weird. Instead of hitting A, you hit B to get through the menu. And if I was to rate it just out of, like, if I was to give a technical review, I would honestly give it like a 6. But having played through this game a lot, I mean, there's so much here. In story mode, each of these has its own separate story. The special mode of Dynasty Warriors 8, I think, added Lu Bu, who's probably he is one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite. You'll see why. But each one of those has a storyline that, as you can see from the menu selecting, all these ones at the bottom are bonus missions, and the story goes all the way across that box in the top left. Each one of these has its own separate story. There's so much to play through. There's so many characters. I'm not sure if... Yeah, here we go. Each one of those, like Wei, Wu, Shu, Jin, has its own roster of officers that's nearly impossible to memorize all of them. It's so impressive, and I mean, it's your stereotypical acrobatic, jumping through the air, you know, Asian martial arts type thing. Like, this guy swings a cow on a stick, a giant metal cow on a stick, and he's your stereotypical Down syndrome guy, only he swings a cow on a stick. It's so much in one game that it's impossible not to like this unless you just don't like the fighting genre. I mean, I didn't like it coming into it. I bought it because some other reviewer says it's the best Dynasty Warriors in the series, and I completely agree. And, well, I've never played any of the Dynasty Warriors instead of the original, and it's been so many years, and so I came into it fresh, and this is now one of my favorite games, and I have absolutely zero experience in the genre except for this. So out of nowhere, I found one of my favorite games. I really think you should give it a shot, and, well, I'm going to be playing through this. I'm going to put some emphasis on story mode. However, you can advance a lot in ambition mode, which is basically a career mode, and you build your own city and stuff like that. But ambition mode is where you improve, you get a lot of your weapons. However, a lot of it is grinding. And so I'm not really a big fan of watching people grind through their games on YouTube videos, so I'm going to do a lot of that off camera. I'll try to keep you up with what I've done. But story mode is where the magic's at. And I'm going to start through Wei at the very start, because my favorite character is Jahudun. You can see him down there on the bottom middle of the screen. But he's just a badass. I'm not a particular fan of his choice of weapons. However, I mean, he looks like a badass. He has an eye patch. I mean, for God's sake, he has an eye patch. He's a Chinese pirate with a sword that's as big as you are. Yeah. So luckily, he's one of the starting characters, and so I'm going to be playing through him a lot. So, enough talking. I'm just going to play through the starting mission so the first video isn't wasted by me just talking a whole lot. So let's go ahead and start with Wei. Now, there's so many difficulty levels here. That's what's cool about it. I mean, it goes from little kid mode all the way to like Dark Souls mode. And it's really difficult to start on normal. I usually start on easy with a level 1 character, because this just justifies how much health the enemies have. I tell you what, I'm going to start on beginner. I'm going to load up the first level, fight the first enemy, and then I'm going to start it again on normal and keep going through the mission. Let's skip that cinematic. Let's be the badass. Notice, no eye patch. You sense the story coming? So I'm just going to go with default skills, default weapons.
The path to victory.
I'm going to skip all the cinematics because you'll get the good stuff when it's normal mode, not little kid mode. Air flip. Rah. Feel the intensity. Yeah, so right there, boom, I already killed the first officer. That's it. That's beginner mode. Now, let's actually start this game. And I'm going to go ahead and let you read through this. The loading times are cleverly disguised with backstory, so yeah. In response, numerous heroes rose up, blah blah blah. Good people turn into bad people. Friends into enemies. Ooh, intense. Yellow people fighting blue people, fighting green people, fighting red people. Cao Cao is a badass. Purple people. Dongjua. Fat guy. Guy wearing a cylinder as a hat. Slay Dongjua. There's the map. There's the good guy. I really want to skip this. There's so many of these. I mean, and they're long enough to make sure that if you have the crappiest PC, it'll still disguise the loading time. So, I mean, you can skip it, but if you sit through it, it takes a long time. So I might skip some of those in the future. You're supposed to start as Cao Cao, and I mean, he's great too. He's another one of my favorite characters. But because Xiahou is available, I'm always going to play as him if he's available. You can pick any weapon in the game as any character. Each character has his own favorite weapon. Not a big fan of Xiahou favorite weapon. I actually like the halberd that Lu Bu wields. But, I mean, you gotta get used to every character. That's how you find out, like, which characters you like. There was one character in Wu that I thought would just be terrible, and it turned out to be awesome, just swinging a flail everywhere. So, I have no skills right now. You gotta earn them. Let's get going. So remember how fast I killed that guy on beginner mode, and I might not physically get through this without Lu Bu catching up to me, because you gotta run away from him in this first one. So, cinematic cutscene, I'll let you watch it. Side boob.
You fool, Cao Cao. I don't know who put you up to this, but you were mad to think you could kill me. Ha! You pathetic worm. Only those who wield true strength can claim any stake in this land of chaos. Strength, you say? Then know this. It is with just such strength that one day I shall strike you down.
Cue badass mode. Also cue power rock. The music in this game is one of the main reasons why this is such a badass game. I mean, the entire game is covered in power metal. That's one of the best things about Dynasty Warriors.
You think he's okay?
It'll take more than what's in there to kill our lord.
Looks like it didn't go so well.
See? This is what happens.
And that's Lubu,
For now,
the most badass character in the entire game.
Our time comes.
And here's where we start. So, immediately go for the first officer. You can pretty much ignore the rest of the enemies in the game. Because the officers are the, like, combat gods. They're the ones that can kill all of your soldiers. And, they're the ones you gotta watch out for. But sometimes there's just so many soldiers, you just gotta hack through them. Anybody with a name above them is important. So they're the ones you want to go for. God, man, I feel so crippled without skills and weapons and all this. But I killed that guy faster than I thought I would. This mission is just all about reaching the end. You're basically running away from Lubu. Alright. Yeah, if you reduce that octagon or whatever, the thing above his head, you get that special bonus. So, this mission, you just gotta kill the officers as fast as possible. You can run away from everyone else. Just gotta open the doors. But usually you want to stop and kill those mobile unit captains because those are kind of, I don't want to say mini-bosses, because these are the true mini-bosses, the, like, officers. They're just kind of like elite troops that'll still carve through most of your troops, and it really sucks to lose all your guys, because at its core, I heard another YouTuber compare this, at its core, this is really a strategy game, because you've got to make sure your troops are at the right strength in the right place at the right time, facing the right amount of enemies. I mean, you're basically running the strategy from the point of the leader. We don't really need to kill that guy. We can run straight through. We just got to kill the guy directing these ballista, which is Mr. Cheng Gong. And I've got enough special powers to trigger that. Last thing I want is these ballistas shooting at me.
I can see Cao Cao has earned his reputation. However, he will not get past
that's the ballista.
We need to get ready. Focus on defeating the one commanding.
They don't do much damage. They're just freaking obnoxious.
I see. He is usually more formidable than the rumors say. Yet, is he truly capable of ruling the land?
I mean, the story in this is kind of laughable. So anytime when someone talks, it's just like, Sure. But they try so hard. It's like, you gotta give them credit. It's like, oh yeah, betrayal. Ooh, yeah, this guy gets murdered by that guy. Yeah, that was totally surprising. I'm gonna nod my head and smile like I didn't expect that. So, I mean, I've ran through this level so many times, I've got it memorized. And, on every difficulty, and so basically, you just gotta wait for your guys to meet up with you here. Oh no, we're trapped. We can expect to die on the first level. A lot of officers come down there though, so that kind of sucks.
Your time is up.
God, the special moves are amazing in this. It just makes you feel like a badass. So, I just triggered bonus mode. It's that little... I don't know what it's called. I'm just calling it bonus mode. Screw you in the comments. You're like, oh, dude, that's not what it's called. But, it just does bonus damage to everybody. So whenever you're surrounded by like 5 or 6 officers, it's great to just save that until you're in a situation where it's like, I'm not going to get out of this. And you just trigger that and hack them apart. So, Lubu's girlfriend is helping us, and we don't know why.
I will explain later. Please follow me. I will show you how to escape Lil Yang from the rear gate.
Oh, she's gonna help us escape, you know, because it's not like we can sit here for 5 hours hacking his entire army apart by ourselves.
All right. Nice going, cousin.
Why is she back there? Oh, because Cao Cao is still where we're hacking people apart. Sometimes the officers lag behind a little bit, and you gotta kind of keep things rolling at a constant pace. There we go. Yao
It
Chan.
is the wish of my father who still believes in Han. He
I'm not
wishes
quite
for
sure
you to
because I
take
haven't played through every single character in this game because there's just too many. But I'm pretty sure there is not an ugly girl in this game. They're all hot. So that's another plus for this game. It adds to the storyline deeply. Alright, we made it. We're gonna escape. She saved us.
Manipulating the hearts of men.
Oh no! Ambush! Dear God, how are we gonna escape?
You must defeat me if you want
Took his health down with like half, or took half of his health with one move.
like that.
But I'm facing 2 officers at once, and at the higher difficulty, that's kind of a really negative thing to do. Because the officers will do so much damage, it's ridiculous. But again, first level on the default lineage, I guess, the way. That's the one I always start with. So, nothing to worry about. And these guys are actually kind of sub-officers. The way you can tell is they look the same. The really important ones, the storyline officers that you'll see multiple times, they're the ones that are dressed weird, like they'll dress like pirates, or they're swinging a metal cow on a stick. You know, really weird stuff like that. So that's the end of the first level. Dynasty Warriors is so badass, and it's like, just whenever you want to take aggression out, you just pick a random mission and start hacking people apart, because by then you'll have a 2,000 KO count. So yeah. Loading screen, it's already loaded, but you might as well see part of the storyline anyway. So, oh, good guy escapes from the bad guy. Plans his next move. I don't even know what to call that guy. French? French guy. And I don't mean good like the French fries. I mean like fruity. And not the good fruity like Freddie Mercury. I'm talking about the weird fruity. Purple. Invading the Empire. Oh no. But Cao Cao felt something else as well. He would not submit, gaining the strength he needed to keep moving forward. Looking beyond the defeat, he was already thinking of much bigger plans for himself. His loyal retainer, Xiahou Dun, brought with him 2 new officers to help the cause. Xiahou Dun and now Yue Jin and Li Dian, these fierce warriors were ready to make their presence felt because the game required exactly 3 players, no less, no more. So, yeah. And this starts the second mission. God, I love this game so much. I'm going to be playing more, but this is the end of the first video. I'm definitely going to be making more of these. This was kind of just an impulsive thing, celebrating the Cowboys' victory over the Super Bowl champions. So yeah. End of this video. Hope you had some fun. Don't forget the like button. If you don't like it, then you're probably not watching here. Alright. Have a good one.